Hi everyone, welcome to day 30 of Raising My Vibration in 2018. I can't believe that these are our last two videos that we have coming through. This month has just gone by so fast, and I feel like we've covered so much ground and done so much work. And it really has been an awesome ride with you guys. I love the way you guys check in every day and the way you're posting your comments and sharing pictures and videos. It's awesome. I'm so excited that you did this with me. So I really wanted to make sure that our last couple of videos kind of give us on a little bit of a, keep us on momentum and keep us on track and give us the energy and fuel that we'll need to make it through the next little while and keep us focused on our path. And so this morning, through meditation and working with my guides, I said, what does the group need? Tell me what we collectively need to be reminded of. And so I actually drew a couple of cards. This is a great way to, and then we talked about this, about using different tools to help us. And using using oracle cards can be incredibly helpful. It's a great way for our guides to communicate with us. It's a great tool for us to connect with them and try and get insight into situations. And so it's interesting. So, and of course, like the whole idea of what I was thinking around this is that we need to start to be light about things. I feel like we did a lot of work through the month, like a lot of heavy work. So we did a lot of releasing and a lot of digging up stuff that we needed to get rid of. And now I really feel like it's like time for us to start focusing on having fun and finding our bliss, finding our joy, finding our purpose, finding the excitement. Because you would be amazed at how powerful the vibration of excitement can be. It can absolutely take you from, from feeling not so great or kind of lost to, a feeling of awe and joy and bliss so quickly. And so if we can bring that frequency into our vibration, then it actually like powers us through things. And so interesting, the first card that I picked for us is actually called Surrender to Play. I love this deck. If you're ever looking for decks, this is called the Power of Surrender cards. It's by Judith Orloff. And I like this deck because it gives us stuff that we need to let go of instead of, how most of the decks will talk to us about what we need to do. This deck always tells us what we need to let go of. And so this card is a reminder that we need to stop. We need to take a break from overthinking. We need to take a break from planning and doing too much. Sorry, video went all fuzzy there for a minute. I hope you guys can still see me. I always joke and say I need to do my videos in one take. So this card is reminding us to take a break from overthinking a goal. So do something fun. Playtime is recreation and rejuvenation. So this is huge. I'm going to move see if that changes a little bit. There, that's better. Obviously, I need a cameraman. If anybody's out there watching, I need a cameraman and a technical team to do my videos. It'll come, right? So anyways, so what I want us to do is I want us to remember that all of the stuff that we're doing is so that we are being inspired and we are getting excited. And I want us to stop overthinking stuff. This happens, and especially, for people, it's that time of year, so it's January. Things, for most people, it tends to be a little bit harder financial time. Everything's slow, I know as a small business owner, people don't start spending money again until, February, March. And so there's always that little lull. And even myself, I'll find myself focusing on we need to do this, we need to do that. And that energy kind of just feels hard all the time. So this card is reminding us that we need to trust the universe. We need to trust the universe, that the universe will always give us everything that we need in the times that we need it. And this is a huge thing for us to remember, is that there really is no such thing as time or space. It only exists here on Earth. And so as humans, we kind of like dig into that whole timeline thing too much. and it can leave us, you know, feeling disappointed or scared or lost. Because if we think that something needs to happen in a specific amount of time and it doesn't, then we see it as a failure, or we see it as something that's negative. Where, as if we just remind ourselves to have some faith and allow and know that the universe has our back, and that absolutely everything that's going to come to us is meant to come to us in the time that it's meant to come to us. And so we are reminded through this card that we are going to start having fun, that we are going to take maybe if you're not busy at work, and maybe if it's a tougher time, we're gonna take all that time we would be thinking about that stuff and take it back into doing something fun for us. So we've talked about this lots. This can be going outside for a walk. This can be playing with our kids. This can be playing with our pets. This can be coloring in a coloring book. This can be listening to music. This can be going on YouTube and finding some inspirational people to watch. There's some really, really cool people out there right now who have some really great things to say. And I find, you know, it's interesting. I say that the technology is there to help us. And so we need to remind ourselves to absolutely use it as a healing tool. And so if you're having a day where you need some inspiration, or you're having, you know, just one of those stuck in kind of human mode for a bit, absolutely go online and find somebody that's going to inspire you for the day, and somebody that will get you back on track, get you pumped back up. I didn't talk about this book before, and it's actually her second book, but this is E Cubed, and this is Pam Grout. And her first book is actually E Squared, and I like it much better, but I can't find it on my shelf, so somebody's borrowing it, or I've lent it out to somebody. But it's her original book is called E Squared, and it's Pam Grout. And look it up, because it's such I found this book a long time ago, and it's really, really cool, because it talks all about how energy works, and how the law of attraction, and how we create and in a really, really fun and playful way. Her whole style of writing is really fun and easy to listen to. This is the second book in her that she's done. It's not as good as the first book, but she does it like she kind of goes through and she gives you exercises. So the whole idea is that you're putting everything out to the universe, and the universe is responding back to you. She does really, really simple exercises, like and if I don't know if any of you guys have ever played with energy before, just like on a basic level of something like you know, pulling into a really busy mall, or a really busy parking lot, and using energy to say that I'm going to get a parking spot right up at the front, right beside the door that I'm going to go in. It's funny, because I had been doing that since the time that I started driving. I used to joke with everybody and say that I was the master of parking spaces, because I could pull into any place and magically a parking spot would open up for me. And to this day, it still works. Even when I'm driving with my husband, and who has no patience and is okay with walking 10 miles away from a parking spot to wherever we're going. But yeah, I still am able to manifest the parking spot. And so that's she has a bunch of really cool little exercises in there that are like that just show you how quickly and easily, just through our thoughts and through our intention, how we can shift and change our reality. Something as simple as a parking spot opening up. Or she'll talk about pick a color of a car that you wouldn't normally see, and then you'll actually bring that color of the car into your mind and into your thoughts, and then you'll be amazed at, like, over the next week of how many cars you actually see of that color. Just again to show you that the whole how we are creating through our thoughts, creating our reality and manifesting that way. So that's really, really cool. So check that out, because I think that will be, and you know what, and I might actually do for February, March, we'll see how we can fit things in, but I might find her book or get her book back and maybe put some of those and do some of those together, just some of those exercises to get us going. So maybe everybody wants to look into getting that book so you have it, but it's kind of fun to do it on a group level as well. We've done the groups here, being in balance with it. and the exercises are fun, and it absolutely, you know, brings yourself into the vibration of excitements. Another great book too, that I didn't talk about, is called The Secret, and I do have that on my bookshelf here. So this is a long time ago, right? This is The Secret, and this is by Rhonda Byrne. And really, really good book. I can remember when I first read this book years ago, like it would be more than 10 years ago. I thought, wow, that's it. She knows what she's talking about. And I remember that it got me so excited. And I remember that I started handing it out to clients and lending it to clients that I was working with at the time. And these were clients that were like, I would call them newbies to it, because they had no, you know, they didn't meditate. They didn't understand anything about the power of your mind or power of thoughts. And they would read this book and they would, like, you know, call me and say, oh my God, Jody, I just read this chapter and I'm so inspired. I can't believe that I'm so excited from reading a book. And that's awesome, right? That's awesome. So those are two powerful things that we can look into to help us keep the momentum and keep things going. So the second card that I pulled for us today that we needed to talk about was the Pride card. And so the Pride card is all about remembering to love ourselves. And it's also a reminder that I see myself in everyone. This is huge, and this will be a huge life lesson for a lot of us on our path. That we need to, you know, first of all, the first step is self-love, right? Loving ourselves, mastering that, congratulating ourselves for our accomplishments, being proud of ourselves for, you know, everything that we do on a daily basis, acknowledging the things that we have done for other people, and how even if it's one person that you've had a conversation with and it has shifted their story for them, you need to celebrate that, because that's huge. It's absolutely huge. I'm always reminded about Eckhart Tolle in his beginning, and when he started, you know, on his journey, he started, you know, through his crumble of everything falling down and him having to rebuild it, but he actually started talking to people like one person at a time on a park bench. He literally was in a park on a bench and would have conversations about, you know, ego, pain, body, all of the amazing things that he talks about. So one person at a time. And now this is a human being who is reaching, you know, hundreds of thousands of people on a daily basis and inspiring them to remember that they are so much more than these human beings. And that's amazing. I just find that incredible. And so I want us to be part of that. I want us to be part of that evolution, part of that wave that's going through the planet. So if it's just one person that we talk to about our journey and that we're able to inspire them or we're able to create a shift in their lives, I want you guys to celebrate this. Absolutely celebrate it. And part of this too, part of the Pride card is, you know, reminding ourselves that I see myself in everyone. So this is about, you know, and we worked on this stuff, this is about no judgment. This is about, you know, remembering that we actually are all one. We all come from the same place. We all are breathing the same air. We all have the same energy. We all are energy. And so we need to see others through our eyes with compassion and empathy. And especially the people that trigger us, and especially the people that bring out the ugly in us, we really, really need to soften our lens when we are looking at these people, because when we, you know, fall off the soul wagon and we are in human mode and we are acting ugly and we are, you know, not in the right space, we want somebody to be able to look at us through that soft lens. We don't want to be judged, and we don't want to be looked at as monsters. We want to be able to look at others through the same softness and with love and with compassion. And if we can work on this, you know, it's, you guys have heard this everywhere. Everyone has a story, right? Everyone has something that they're working on. And it's it's often, you know, when somebody triggers you or you have an emotional reaction to somebody, it's usually because there's some of that stuff that you need to work on yourself or you need to bring to light yourself. And so it's usually a good indication when you start to feel that you're in a place of judgment or you feel like you're being triggered, to instantly shift your perception and remind yourself that you need to see this person through the eyes of compassion, through the lens of empathy, and through the knowing and understanding that this soul is on their own journey and that they need every bit of support that they could possibly get. And you may just be this person's biggest support. So remember that. That's a huge thing to remember. Okay, so we are going to congratulate ourselves. We are going to take pride in ourselves. We are going to remember to have fun on this journey and find bliss and joy in everything that we can possibly find. You know, getting outside and just enjoying the sun. This morning, I spent half an hour watching birds. This has become I never would have thought that this would be something that I would do, but I find it absolutely so relaxing. So we've put up bird feeders all around our house, and my husband got me binoculars for Christmas. And I just, you know, taking, especially if you have a busy day and you've got, you know, from the start to end, it's nonstop go. Something as simple as sitting there and watching birds can absolutely, you know, remind you again just of the whole grandness of everything. Watching this little tiny being that's heart is beating so fast and this magical colors on this, you know, it just reminds you that we are so much more of such a big picture. Okay, so everybody, just I want you to join me with my guides and my angels. We're going to tune into the group of the energy. So everybody just closing their eyes, bringing all of your awareness and all of your energy into your physical body right now. And so we're doing this by tuning into our breath. So slowly in through our nose. And exhaling through our mouths. We're going to do this 3 times together. Just stay in here with me with your eyes closed for a moment as my team tunes into your energy. It tunes into the vibration of the group. And we are sending a huge wave of bliss to the group. And this wave is going to make you feel playful and excited. Awesome. You guys have the most amazing day today. Get out there, do something fun, watch some birds, do something that's fun. Share your posts and your comments with us. Absolutely share your experience with us. And tomorrow's our last day. So we'll see what happens for us tomorrow. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.